Hey everybody, welcome back. It's still sober with John Rabin. If you're a sober person, hope you're staying sober. If you're not a sober person, hope you're staying sane. I have this hub that allows me to connect old USB to mini USB, a regular USB to mini USB, and also allow like you can connect HDMI to it. So like with the hub, I can connect to my laptop, and then you can connect to a projector. You can connect to a TV, and all that. Um, and then I also use it to connect my microphone to it, so I can plug it into the laptop and be all like, "Hey, here's my nice microphone." And then the hub stopped working, so I need to get a new one. And it's like, oh man, this sucks. This cost me almost $12. So it's one of those things that's like, all right, it stopped working. It cost me very little. It's fine. I guess we'll deal with it. Anyway, so I'm recording. I'm already just with the microphone that's on the MacBook. And I don't think it's that worse. Like it may not be as good as the Blue Yeti that I use or whatever, but I don't know. It's just know that this is the this week only kind of scenario. If you think that this is terrible, is this the new direction he's going? It's not the new direction he's going. It's the I wanted to go ahead and record even though I can't use it. I got to use this, and I don't have the microphone, so I don't have the headphones plugged into the microphone to kind of adjust volume. I'm basically just talking to the laptop, which is weird. It's like I'm in a Zoom call with no one. That's what this feels like. It's like, how is that different than normal? At least with the headphones and the microphone, I can feel like, hey, I'm doing a radio show. It's like the old days. It's like my college degree. But this is just me leaning back, leaning forward, just talking. Not really sure where the microphone is. I'm talking at the screen, like the microphone's on the screen and not in the actual MacBook. It's whatever, man. It's This is just what we're doing. So welcome. So there are some positives and some negatives about having a Morkie, which is a Yorkie and Maltese mix puppy. One of the positives about this puppy in particular is she has not developed a bark yet. She's almost 5 months. And she is scared of nothing, which is probably will be a negative at some point, and I'm sure it is. Probably go right up to, get right in pit bulls' faces and that sort of thing. But I mean, wants to chase cars, loud noises. We just got done with 4th of July. She could not give less of a shit about fireworks popping. Does not care. It's totally fine with it. So that was cool. And I said it last week, but I'll extend it again. There's something you can really get a read on people when you're walking around with the cutest puppy you've ever seen. That doesn't even look real. It's like, is that AI like in person? Is he walking an AI puppy? And how is he doing that? Um, you can really get a read on people because people will go like, hi. hi, hey, oh, they'll react to it, and then you'll get some people who won't react whatsoever. And I gotta say, that's weird. It's weird to not react at a cute puppy. Like, you don't have to recognize me at all. I don't recognize dog owners. I say hi to the dogs, or I look at the dog. But to not even look at the dog, to not even look at a puppy, you get a read on people. And you're like, oh, that person is awful. Clearly self absorbed and awful. They need to find some kind of mental health expert to get them through, or, at least make them more tolerable to everyone around them. Because that's weird. It's weird not to recognize puppies. I took my puppy to work today, and everybody at work just loved her. She loved everybody, wanted to go meet them, and was just the cutest thing. And she was the most well behaved she's ever been. Like, the whole day. I think a little bit of it was because she was so overstimulated. She never took a nap. She didn't take a nap till we got home. So I think maybe she was just very tired the whole time. And my puppy, like my wife, has FOMO, like, doesn't want to miss out on anything. And she just, the thing I learned from that, though, is she misbehaves at home. So, like, she didn't pee once in the warehouse or in the office or on the floors that would be easy cleanup. I was like, you can pee anywhere right here. There's no carpet down here. This is a warehouse. We have all of the facilities to clean up the very little bit of pee that you do. So have at it. And she did not, which leads me to believe that the peeing that she does at home is strategic. Marking territory, kind of, why don't you kiss my ass, kind of peeing. And that I'm not, so that's, I'm trying to accept that. I'm trying to figure out, well, where do we go from here? Because I've just learned that she can be good, but chooses not to. And that's a bigger problem than just potty training. I'm like, okay, this is, might be dealing with a mastermind planning some schemes here, packaged up in a cute teddy bear little body. And she's going to be a problem. She's going to be a big problem. But at least it's not boring, I guess. All right, so let's see here. Sorry, I was all ready to talk, and then I went, wait a minute, where did my link go? Okay, so the state of Texas, Board of Education, the state of Texas, approved plans, quote, to make Bible stories mandatory for all 5 million public school students in the states. Which is funny to me because the people on the education panel, none of their children or grandchildren go to public schools. There's no way. There's no way anybody on the State Board of Education has their kids in public schools. Why would you? So I wanted to go over real quick. And here's the thing. I don't, This should be supported by no one. It doesn't make any sense that anybody would support this. Because if you're against it, you're just against it. You're like, I don't want them, I don't want kids. Kids should not be bored with reading the Bible. They should be bored with reading science. Or yeah, kids should be pretending to learn science and math, not pretending to learn the Bible, but learning nothing because it's public school. Uh, and if you're for it, I would think the last thing you'd want them to be taught by somebody with strong faith in a church where you're with other people, where you're willing to learn, and not by an underpaid, exhausted rando who is teaching because they couldn't get a job doing anything else they wanted to do, because their influencer dream fell through, or because that little stint about becoming an actor was is no longer no longer attainable, so I guess I'll be a teacher. This is who you want to teach. It's also just, and here's the other thing. If you're, it's the principle of the thing, separation in church and state. Yeah, it's just, but there's a whole lot of wasted energy towards this thing, because basically what it is, and I'm looking at it, the there's a long list of required readings, and these are the ones from first grade to 12th grade. These are the ones from the Bible that they are going to more than likely approve. And I'm looking at it, and it's basically one day out of the whole school year. And you could cover all of this in 2 months of Sunday school. So it is a complete waste of everyone's time. So, all right. Also, I hate hearing politicians talk about this kind of shit, because we used to have religious politicians. We used to have politicians that were really religious, like to an annoying level. And most of them are dead now, or they're old and they should be dead. They certainly shouldn't be doing anything with the government. So everybody else younger, it's clear when they say that they're, because they're Republicans, they have to pretend to be religious because of all the religious people so that they vote for them. But that's where you have Hegseth quoting Pulp Fiction, thinking that that's the Bible. You get morons. Trump, moron, doesn't know anything about the Bible. Well, I know the Bible. My dad was a preacher. I went to Sunday school. I went to church. I went to church anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week from a baby all the way till I was 18 years old. I've read the Bible 3, 4 times. Like, I know the Bible. So when I talk shit, just understand, I got it. So anyway, but you probably haven't heard of this. This is the reading list. Okay, it really is nothing. It's almost, it's so little, it doesn't make any sense to include it, because it's like it's like, we'd like we'd like public schools to dip their pinky toe into the Bible, and that's it. So they want to have Noah's Ark, a version by Peter Spear for first graders. Um, Second grade, from the Children's Book of Heroes, which is a comic book version of the Bible, David and Goliath. Third grade, Daniel and the Lion's Den, as presented by the Christian Broadcasting Network. Oh, God. What is Daniel going to ask for money while he's sitting there with a bunch of lions that won't eat him? He goes, these lions are not going to eat me because God is with me. And the lions won't eat you either. If you call right now and order my special, blessed by God, lions won't eat me supplements. All right, fourth grade, the necessity of humility. That's from Luke 14, 7 through 11. That's the New International Reader's Version. That's right, verses 7 through 11. Fourth graders are going to read 4 Bible verses. 4. Fifth grade, Moses. All of Moses? No. Just Exodus chapter 3, which is the burning bush, and Exodus chapter 14, which is with the parting of the Red Sea while they're running from the Egyptians. And that's the New International Reader's Version. Now, here's the thing. Here is why you don't want government teaching faith-based things or teaching anything of something that you hold dear. And I want you to listen to from somebody who has been to both rehab and county version, local government version of rehab treatment, alcohol drug treatment program, as brought to you by Travis County, which is the county that Austin is in. You don't have to know this because, you'll know anytime you've tried to get a driver's license, anytime you've tried to do anything through the government. You jump through a lot of hoops. There's a long wait. It's counterintuitive. They don't have updated systems. It's archaic. It feels like they're 30 years behind everybody else. Or it's just done poorly. It's executed poorly, planned poorly, executed poorly, poorly funded, which means that it was just a scheme, a fraudulent scheme, to pocket the money. Yeah, most of my alcohol and drug treatment in the government version was just watching basic cable and occasionally going to a class. It really was. There was about an hour a day that was quality, and that was only because our group therapy leader was good, and she was one of the only good ones out of like 5 or 6 people. There was about more like 8 to 10 maybe. There's like 2 or 3 of them that was good. She was one of the good ones. And that's the only reason there was about an hour of quality. So that's the last thing that you want is public schools and the government doing something that you could do a better job if you'd actually read the stuff. But let me explain why this is dumb. We're still in the 5th grade. The only parts of Moses that they're covering is Exodus 3 and Exodus 14. they're not covering any part of Moses' story involving the Ten Commandments, and they want to have the Ten Commandments posted on the wall of the classrooms. So they want to, with no context, have the Ten Commandments on the wall and go, oh, maybe we'll cover this and that. Nope, we're skipping right over it. We're not even getting that far. Soon as the Red Sea parts and they cross over, and then the Red Sea comes back together and drowns all the Egyptians. The end. Wait, what about them wandering, and what about the golden calf? What about the tablets with the Ten Commandments? What about some context of the ten? Maybe we could go over what these mean. Maybe you could explain to the children what adultery is. It's like, oh, okay, well, our Attorney General is a great example. Let's, Ken Paxton, come over. Can you talk about your affair? Where I'm trying to explain what adultery is to these children, and you're a perfect example. No, 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 uh, not the fraud, not the embezzlement. No, 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 the cheating, the it's the adultery part. We're all right. So sixth grade, do not be anxious. That's Matthew 6:25 through 34. That's nine Bible verses in a row for the sixth grade. That might take 10 minutes. Seventh grade, Psalms, the 23rd Psalms. Also in the seventh grade, they double up in junior high. The 8 Beatitudes. That's Matthew 5:1 through 12. Which is my argument for, if you're going to put something on the wall, put the Beatitudes on the wall. Maybe not the Ten Commandments. That's just me. Eighth grade, Ecclesiastes 3, to everything there is a season. You could also just play the song. Yeah, you could probably just, they're like, well, we were going to read this, but instead, here's Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds. Practically all the same words. Let's pull up Genius website. We'll read the lyrics. Also, there's the explanation of the lyrics on the website. You could probably go. Actually, everybody, what's that to me? You've already asked AI to explain Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds and the meaning behind it, and you're reading it. Why don't you just click on the audio and let's just have Siri explain the meaning of the Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds. You know what? Let's do that now. Hey, Siri.
Uh-huh.
What is the meaning of the song Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds?
Turn, turn is a poignant reminder that life is cyclical, with every joy often followed by sorrow, every beginning by an end, and every growth by decay. The lyrics draw inspiration from the biblical book of Ecclesiastes, which states that to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. The song suggests that everything in life is governed by seasons, including love, war, peace, birth, death, planting, reaping, mourning, dancing, and building up or breaking down of things. This answer is from sonicchits.com.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Sonic Chits. That's Sonic Hits. And also, that was Ecclesiastes. I don't know how did she just pronounce it? Echolasiastes. Anyway, there. That was eighth grade's done. She just nailed it. That was it. High school, probably freshman, English 1, Parable of the Prodigal Son. That's Luke 15:11 through 32. 21 verses, that whole story, which is weird because that story should not be 21 verses long. It's a pretty easy, quick story. I want to see the world, Dad. Dad, I'm back. Dad, why'd you let him back in? And you're just thankful. I've been here the whole time and it's like, well, I missed him more and you're kind of a prick. And that's the parable of the prodigal son. Sophomore year, English 2, the book of Job. That's Job 1 through 7, verse 11. I guess we're skipping 8, 9, and 10. Verse 14, 19, 28, and 38, 42. So they're going to skip around a little bit. They're going to miss some things. But it's basically you know, God and the devil talking, how they do, chatting. And he's like, my boy Job's cool. I bet he wouldn't be cool if he lost everything. You know what? You're on. I'm going to reward his faith by killing his entire family. Great story. Junior year of high school, English 3, Adam and Eve. Really? You're going to wait till people are 17 years old to teach them Adam and Eve? Genesis 2 and 3. Adam and Eve. For juniors who are banging in their cars. Now you're going to teach them Adam and Eve? Wow. All right. And then seniors, English 4, the definition of love, 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Ugh. So anyway, that's what's going down. And it's ridiculous. It's a complete, when you really think about it, it's like, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We can't approve funds for teachers to decorate the room and for supplies. They have to go buy their own supplies. And now you're going to make them teach this one lesson, like boringly. All right, everybody, we're going to learn how to not be anxious. According to one of the Gospels, Matthew. Matthew's not the worst of the Gospels, but it does leave out some of the best stories. It has some good ones, but it also leaves out a couple of them. Yeah. Anyway, I just think it's hilarious. I think it's funny that people who have never read this will have strong opinions of these. I've read all of these. And it's like, it's not a bad list, but it's weird. It's a real weird, like, overcorrection. It's weird. It's weird considering what kids are, into and the amount of information that they have access like that. It's just, all right. It's like my state is dumb. StillSoberPod@gmail.com for any questions or comments that are positive to neutral. We'll see you next week. All right. Later.